Hey there, what is going on, everybody? I am coming to you with my mortgage video education series. Questions asked by some of my Facebook friends. Today's question is from multiple people. D, Kelly, and we have a couple of Stacey's that asked this question. And the question is, are there any first-time buyer programs out there, and are there any grants and down payment assistance? And the good news is the answer is yes. Which is awesome, but there are a lot of restrictions. So let's go through this real quick. Mike Natta here, Movement Mortgage. Reach out to me if you need help or have any questions in the mortgage field. So number one, most states have their own sponsored mortgage program. I'm going to focus on New York right now because that's where the majority of folks are that asked me this question. So in New York, the program is called SONY May. It stands for State of New York Mortgage Association. And the thing to know about these programs is it's kind of governed by the IRS. So because of that, the IRS tells the states that there are restrictions to income. You have to make, let's say, for example, less than the median income in your county to qualify. But if you have multiple family members, they allow that income level to go up. And it's different for different programs, and the purchase price is also limited. So if you're thinking about doing one of these programs, reach out to me. We'll look up your income. We have to calculate it a specific way, and we'll find out if you're eligible. But if you're making, $200,000-$300,000 a year, for your household, husband, wife, husband, whatever the setup is, you probably won't qualify for these programs because they're for low income folks. Every state probably has their own program. I know there's a bunch of them out there. Now, as far as down payment assistance with these programs, they'll give you 3% up to $15,000. So it's 3% of the purchase price up to $15,000 if you qualify for these programs. Alternatively, if you want to steer away from these state programs, there's also a lot of non-for-profits. So for example, on Long Island, there's the Long Island Housing Association. Some of the townships come out with grants from time to time. You really have to stay on top of it and Google it and look. What I will say about a lot of these grants, I've been doing this 20 years. I get a handful of folks a year that tell me they're working to get these grants from these partnerships and non-for-profits, and nobody ever follows through with it. I don't think I've ever closed. I can count on one hand how many times I've closed these grants. I guess there's a lot of paperwork, and you need a runway. You can't find a house and then go for these grants. You need to give yourself a runway. So you could try non-for-profits out there. Google that, township grants, states and counties have them. The other thing you can do if you're looking for some down payment assistance is there's something called a seller's concession. I'm going to make a totally separate video on this, but you can potentially negotiate to have the seller pay your closing costs. And with the seller paying your closing costs, that frees up your money for down payment. So you can put your down payment and have the seller pay for some closing costs. Again, totally different beast. I have another video on that. Let me know if you want some information on that. And then as far as first-time buyers, the myth out there is you need 20% down, and the reality is you don't. There are programs with as little as 3% down or 3.5% down. If you qualify for a VA loan, if you're a veteran or active military, 0 down. So there are lots of options for first-time buyers, and I'd be happy to talk to you about it. Reach out to me if you want more. Playing the soundboard here a little bit. We love first-time buyers. Magic Mortgage Mike.